Why?
Don't know.
You're a
It's too,
fuckwit.
it's too freaking hot at the moment. I'm like, I don't really want to drink coffee, have this, and it'll be sitting in a sweat box of an
Drink
office.
it cold.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to make it cold this morning, so I was like, too late. I'm just going to settle with it. I like that light color because it makes me look brown.
You look tanned.
I look tanner than you,
Yeah,
but
I look white today.
no, compared to me, look at my arm compared to yours. Like, that's white.
You look brown.
I look brown. Thank you. That's good. I'm trying to go the Maltese look so I fit in with you guys.
Oh, look it up.
Good morning, Carly.
Good morning, Mike. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
That's good. I'm
It's been a couple
nice
of
and
weeks,
hot and sweaty. Yeah, it has been. We had
hasn't it?
the lovely Dom on last week for
Yeah,
his
good
first
on
time.
him. Good
Yeah,
on
it
him.
was really good. It was
Yeah,
good to see. He's a great human. He's a good addition to our academy. That's for sure. Morning, guys. How are we? Um,
absolutely agree.
yeah, no, nothing better. I wish Restream would fix this bloody um, so we can see who's saying good morning. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Can't see your names today. If you can, please try going to that little link above my head and clicking on Restream and letting them use your name so we can see who's here. But it's just a bit hard. Anyway, we'll say good morning and just guess. And there's people putting car up. Look on your car. You're a legend. Putting your name next to the.
Is it still not working?
Nah, it's not working. I don't know why. No, it doesn't matter. That's the least of our problems today. We've got to get through this. Let's do it. What's happening today for you, mate?
Well, what, 6:30? I'll be out the door hopefully in another hour or so. Drop the kiddies off and
Hit the
get to the
gym.
gym.
Yeah, nice.
And then time to knuckle down and do some work with the baby attached to my hip. Because I'm a multitasker.
I don't envy you one bit.
Yeah, it's because my other two are so much older now and
Yep.
so much more independent. It's definitely a very different experience.
Oh, for sure, it would be. It'd
Yeah,
be challenging at the best of times without having a little one attached at your hips. But
yeah.
you
But
know what? That's the perils of parenting.
that's right.
Yeah.
And it's my choice to be working and all of that. So
You're still kicking ass, mate. That's the main thing.
yeah, love it.
There are people worse off than us out there, that's for sure. We're
No
very
doubt
lucky.
in
Good
the
morning, everyone. Hey, Loz. Loz says good morning. Good morning, Loz. Renee, good morning. Morning, Budgie. Morning, Sheik. How are you, Sheik? Are you there?
Is she here?
Sheik's not in today. He hasn't
Damn
turned up
it.
for a while.
That's why
He
I'm up
seems,
at this time.
he seems to only turn up when you turn up.
Well, Sheik, I'm here, darling. So
Got any more questions?
anytime you want to pop in.
Yeah, we'd love to. We'd love to chat to Sheik.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone up and awake. Again, if you can, try sticking your pressing the button above my head. Not you guys over there, but the rest of you, because we'll just even get your names back up. But if not, we'll get on with the show. Hey, Maddie, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're not working and watching at the same time. Question number 1: will eating at the same time every day for all my meals benefit me more than eating my meals at different times throughout the day? Well, there's a couple of things we can run on about this. Number 1 is eating times in a calorie deficit weight loss program. Like, it's not necessarily has to happen. But if you're someone that struggles with eating food or getting enough food, having set eating times will maybe be a great thing for you to actually eat the food, right? Especially you ladies out there that are super busy, mums that most of the time forget about breakfast. Lunch is usually a really light salad or something, and you don't have your protein. And then dinner's usually you're picking at your kids' food, or it's the only time you get to sit down and have a meal. So if you can get yourself some set times, generally it will help with a weight loss program or getting enough food in during the day. But is it going to be beneficial for your weight loss? Not specifically. It will help with better digestion, a few other bits and pieces, but like calorie deficit over a day is over a day or over a week. It's not over between 7 and 8. You must eat 36.7 grams of protein and fiber. Like, it doesn't really matter on timing. So, It will benefit you if you don't eat enough because you can get set meals in if you can. But apart from being this silver bullet that will help your metabolism kick in, it's not going to be that thing.
Yep, I would agree with that, Mike.
Yeah.
Especially when, like, if it's from a calorie perspective, it does not matter when you eat your meals. A lot of people think that IT and the rest of it and everything is so magical. It really doesn't matter when you eat. What I would say was, if you are somebody that has a really bad relationship with food, then of course, setting maybe a timer or having, smaller portions throughout the day would be a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
But then, Mike, I'm going to take this from a different angle as well. Will eating at the same time every day for all my meals benefit me more than eating my meals at different times throughout the day? What about from a gym perspective? Because I'm going to throw the spanner in the works here. This doesn't say just about weight loss.
Yeah.
So if you're somebody that's obviously a little bit more advanced in the gym and you have goals and the rest of it, obviously getting your carbs and things like having a breakfast or whatever before training. But if we're talking primary about weight loss, then it does not matter.
Correct. Yeah. So the best thing, like you said, is if we struggle with eating food, setting timers to get the food in is great. Actually, for people that have had surgery to, gastric sleeve surgery and stuff like that, it's hard for you to eat enough food. And some of our clients have worked out a way that they can time the amount of protein each day so they can get enough protein during the day by having a meal every hour and a half or 2 hours or something like that, which is really, really beneficial. So, but yeah, overall in a weight loss perspective, it's calories in versus calories out. It's not what hour you specifically eat the calories that's going to enhance your digestion. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. All right, number 2. Can a lifting belt improve my posture of my back outside of the gym?
Well, are you going to walk around with your lifting belt while you do your grocery shopping?
I reckon there would be a few dudes out there that do that. Hey,
and there are specific belts that you can actually get for that.
Oh yeah, the back straighteners and stuff. Yeah, I talk about posture on my back goes straight up like that. But I reckon there's the dudes in the gym that walk in with their weight belts on. It's like they've driven in the car, they've walked in with their weight belts on, they walk around, they do everything with their weight belts on. Yeah, I don't know whether that's because of their back or that's just they're used to doing it. But can it improve your posture outside of the gym? Well, what's a weight belt used for? Specifically to help you tuck in your gut so you don't lose them when you're doing heavy lifts. It does help your posture because obviously the back part will help you straighten it up. But it also has long-term effects in terms of it can be detrimental to your core, because if you lift with a lifting belt all the time and don't use your core enough, you won't strengthen your core, and you'll get over-reliant on it. So like I said, the guy that walks in the gym all the time that has the weight belt on specifically for arm day, doesn't mean
arm day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Carls, I don't know if you've got one at your gym, but there's definitely a couple at mine. They got the lat syndrome where they walk in with their lats flared out, and then they walk in and they go and do arms with a weight belt on. Doesn't make sense, but maybe it's a comfort thing. I don't know. I'm not going to judge. But the question is, can it improve your posture back outside of the gym? I don't think it improve it too much. If you do have back problems, using it will help, definitely. But if you're using it primarily to correct your posture, find the proper product.
Yeah. And like you said, Mike, when you're using that, it's obviously helping you to stabilize your core muscles and the rest of it and give that support. But what about when you take it off? This is outside of the gym. You want to be strengthening those core muscles.
Yeah.
So you really need to be, doing a little bit more than just lifting with a belt to improve strength on the outside of a gym.
Yep.
Everyday life.
Yep.
Especially for us mums that are picking up kids and the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly right. You guys don't realize the amount of strain and stress you put on your body by just constantly bending over and picking up. And look, what woman out there does the perfect pop down squat to pick their kids up? They don't. They're swooping them
Yeah.
up, and you're popping shoulders and your back and your hips are all out. You go get
Yeah.
a massage, and they're like, "What have you been doing, wrestling a crocodile?" And it's like, yeah, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
Pretty much. So yeah, posture is super important. So for me, going to the gym, I would rather lift all my compound lifts without a belt is to the limits that I can. So strengthen the other areas of my body that need to be tweaked. But I don't see the point of walking around with a weight belt on 24/7 to do arm day. Doesn't make sense.
Mm.
Doesn't make sense. I'm telling you, look out for him. Look out for him. There'll be a dude that he'll be walking
I'll
around
probably
like
see a few now that you've said it.
flared lats. Like they always walk around with their lats flared, and then they've got a belt on to do. And they're over there doing arms, and you're just like,
Yeah.
right, I do.
Yeah. I'll
Sweet.
probably see a few today now that
Yeah.
I'm aware of it.
Now you see Jace doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
What has the highest protein intake in terms of meat? What's the healthiest? Well, I don't like that word. What's the healthiest? Because everything's healthy in moderation. I guess it's What's the highest protein? The leanest forms of meat are usually your gamey stuff, like your bison, your venisons and stuff like that, because they're really low fat content. Compared to your beef and steak and stuff like that. Chickens are really good. Like your white meats are generally have next to no fat on them if you take the skin off.
Yeah.
Chicken, fish. I love Bassa fillet because it's cheap and it's really filling. You can eat a heap of it and the calories are really low. I love salmons. I mean, there is a higher fat content in them, but you need your omega 3s. Yeah, what's your favorite? I love turkey breast.
Yeah.
Turkey's
So
good.
I would definitely go with okay, when we say healthiest, all the proteins obviously serve you with different, vitamins and minerals and all of that. But when we're talking about what proteins contain less fat, like you're saying, is usually your white meats and your white fish and the rest of it. But that doesn't mean that you need to go and start just eating white meat, because you need to be getting, your red meats in for iron and all of that stuff. So, it's just eat the protein. They're all a good choice, but obviously being calorie aware, you need to know what you're actually putting into your body if you're in a weight loss phase.
Correct. Yeah, if you're hyper vigilant on wanting to make sure you get the lowest fat possible, then definitely look for your leaner portions, like your gamey stuff that are really really good. I know Jason eats a lot of bison over in Canada. Well, it's readily available over there. Which if it was here, I absolutely love it. It's delicious. Deer's great, like venison. Kangaroo, agree with that. Kangaroo tail's really, really good. Yes, Yankees, we do eat kangaroo over here, just letting you know.
Super lean.
We don't ride them down the street, we eat them. Super lean. But in saying that, let's look at like pork shoulder and those cheaper cuts that you can use to make slow cooked pork. Take the fat off. Like, don't render it in its fat. Yes, I know I'm going to get ridiculed out there.
Yeah.
Like in 74 Wagyu beef has got fat in it and it tastes great. Yeah, cool. Then put that in and counter out for it and have it on the weekend. No problem. But if you're looking to be conscious during the week and make super low calorie, high protein, cheaper options, go get the cheaper cuts, take all the fat off, slow cook them. Like I just made pork on the weekend, 6 hours in the slow cooker. Took all the fat off. I don't cook it in its fat. Like there's a leaner portion of meat straight away. It's got a high protein and nutrient calorie, and really low in calories. So, I think that the moral of the story is, what's the healthiest? They're all healthy. Just pick what you like and eat it in moderation. Don't eat salmon every single day because you're going to have a really high fat count. But mix it up with a bit of red, a bit of white. Fishes are good, like calamaris, prawns. Like they're really good for
so many good options. And that's right. When you go into your supermarkets and you can see exactly what is in the packet. Like usually it's wrapped in a bit of cling wrap or whatever. Once again, if it's weight loss that you are after, don't go in and select the red meat that's like marbled with fat, like right through it, where you don't have a nice chunk where you can just eliminate that. Choosing something that's like not riddled with all the white shit through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Duck's the same. I love duck breast, but it's high fatty content as well. But eat it in moderation.
Yeah.
Eat it in
That's right.
moderation. So cool. Yeah, but go for kangaroo and watch how you cook kangaroo too, because if you overcook it, it tastes like a rubber thong.
Oof. I do like kangaroo.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
good. Good
Yeah.
old skippy on a plate. Actually, saying that, kanga bangers are really good. Have you had those?
No, but I had those like the kangaroo steaks that you
Oh
get
yeah,
in bowls and made burgers with them and
yeah,
stuff.
that's so
They
good.
were really good.
So I got the
But
steaks and chopped it up into mince, like really fine, and
yeah,
made like mince patties, and I mixed it with pork, I think,
yeah,
just on the barbecue.
yeah,
And then the sausages are really, really lean as well, and you can just cut the shitty condom bit off and
yeah,
have that. Meat's really good for breakfast.
yeah.
All
Awesome.
right, cool. Can I get the same results or maximum results if I was a vegan or vegetarian, or is it more costly? Um, there
You,
are a ton of people out there getting really, really good results who are vegos and vegans. I am not one, just for the record. I don't think I ever will be one. So yeah, the thing we've got to be mindful of is when you're eating plant-based or vegetables only, there are a lot of nutrients that meat has that you will be deficient in, and you'll need to have supplementation to counteract that. So I'll just say the caveat is if you're keen on being vegan, veggie, good for you. Just make sure you're getting enough supplementation to counteract the stuff you're missing out on in meats like your omega 3s and your vitamin B12 and all that stuff. Right, that's the important part. Can you do it? 100% you can. There's plenty of them out there that eat nothing but lentils and
yeah,
God,
which
man,
are really good protein options.
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you choose to eat, that way,
yeah,
then that's obviously the better options.
yeah,
Like you know that your lentils and I don't know what else do you eat? Your lentils, your tofu, all that stuff is really, really high in protein. So obviously
yeah,
prioritizing those foods as well is important. But usually someone that decides to be vegetarian or whatever knows
yeah,
those foods to be eating.
yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
then, like you said, take a multivitamin or something on top of, and supplement.
yeah, yeah, and I this is it more costly, or I don't know if it's more costly with vegetables, but I know some of the faux turkey, faux bacon stuff out there can be a bit costly as well. And like, I don't get why, if you're going to be a vegan or veggie, why would you go and eat fake bacon?
Mm, yeah. I,
It's like lesbians with dildos, right? Well, I don't get
oh,
it.
wow.
You're against it anyway. So yeah, just mixing it up. It's a family program.
10 to 7. Oof.
Is it more costly? I don't think it
Oh,
is more
my.
costly. Like, meats are getting skyrocketing in prices these days, but just beware of the nutrient deficiency you're going to have with not eating proper meat. Yeah, I know. A bit of fun. Bit of
Whoa.
fun.
It's Coach Mike.
Told you it was going to rattle the cage a little bit, but yeah.
Moving on.
Oh, it's all right. I'll either get cancelled or something. Who knows? Probably cancel Mike. Yep, no
It's all right.
worries. All
No,
right.
each to their own.
Yeah. Tips for plateauing um, on major lifts. Okay. So, what's a plateau? What are you laughing at?
Sorry, I'm going back to the couple of seconds prior. Okay,
I had like Jace reincarnated in me then, didn't I?
you sure did.
Oh my god. Anyway.
So a lot of people think that they've like plateaued. You've completely thrown me off track now.
It's good.
A lot of people, say, I've hit a plateau when they haven't lost weight for like 3 or 4 weeks. That's not a plateau.
Yeah.
It's when it's 6, 8 weeks, a little bit long, like it whatever. What was the question? I can't see it.
Plateauing on the major lifts. So we've stalled on our big lifts, right? We've probably coming in to do a squat or a bench press, and we're sitting at 50, 60 kilos, and we're not moving any further.
Are you talking? Oh, I thought you were talking about weight plateaus.
No, on major lifts.
Okay.
in the gym. In the
Yeah,
gym.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so what? How do we
So a
keep
plateau is when something stops, or you've stopped something, or you're not progressing in something. Like when we say we plateau in our weight loss, it means we've cut something out, or stopped tracking, or done something that's slowed us from having the results. This is the same as lifting, right? So,
about lifting?
um, yeah, if you're at a point where you feel like, fuck, all I'm doing is lifting the same weight over and over again, there's these really cool things called 1.5 kilo plates that you can add on to the side
Mm,
of your bar that will
yeah.
give us progressive overload, and will start challenge your muscles to start lifting heavier. Secondly, change the type of lift. If you're stuck on bench press all the time, go for incline, decline, go for flies. Do something different to push-ups, even like just to challenge your chest. Do a split set, do a drop set, do so many different things you can do. Yeah, the variations will help you adapt and grow. Third thing is recovery. Maybe you're not recovering enough. Maybe you're feeling like shit because you're not giving yourself enough time. Have a deload week and then get back into it. If you have a deload week, generally your muscles get time to relax and respond to the new version of you coming back into the gym.
Mm,
Form's another thing. If your form's out the window, you're going to plateau. If you're
yeah.
focusing on ego lifting and going in there just doing 100 reps as quick as you can, you're going to plateau pretty quickly.
Mhm.
So yeah, figure out, is it a plateau? Are you just not progressively overloading? Are you
Get a
not
spotter.
focusing?
Get a
Yeah,
spotter. Take
yeah,
a mate to the gym or ask
strategy.
somebody just to stand behind you and help, assist with the weights. For me, I always love going back to the Smith machine. So I feel safe under that. You've got your latches where at any time if feeling like you're going to drop the weight or whatever, you can hook it back over. So that's a good option. I had one more thing. I've gone blank now. Uh, yeah, you've thrown me off earlier on.
Change your program would be my next thing. It'd be mix it up. Yeah, do some variations in your lift. Do maybe some strength sessions and then some hypertrophy sessions, or do a hit class, or do something that will just spark up a bit more oomph in your body, especially if
Yep,
you're plateauing in a certain lift, right? If it's a squat.
it just come back over me. So at the moment, I'm actually doing a unilateral program,
Yeah.
and it has improved my strength in the last few weeks. So
Yeah.
obviously targeting those minor muscles and like all the muscles that we don't hit with your big your compound, and when you're doing just your normal like overhead and whatever using both um both sides of the body at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
That has absolutely helped me. So
Yeah.
obviously there's another one, making sure that you've got a good program. You're following a program that allows you to progress, and you're recording your sets and reps. A lot of people are, they see all these workouts on, Instagram or whatever, especially women, and think, wow, like, that's targeting the butt or whatever. But they've never worked their ass in their life.
Yeah.
And then that just results in injury and the rest of it. You need to be following a program.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. 100%. So just do an audit on yourself. If you're plateauing, say, hey, am I progressively overloading? No. Am I stale in my program? Change the program. Change your frequency, get some good rest, make sure you're hydrating, make sure you're eating enough food. Like there's a lot of ways we can look at that.
Yeah.
Is sweating a lot considered losing weight, or it doesn't matter how much you sweat? Sweat, baby,
Mm.
sweat, sweat, sweat.
No, we always get this question, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not a massive sweater, but like you would think running on a treadmill is gonna. It depends how hard you're working, right?
Yeah, and it depends on the temperature at the gym, right?
Yeah,
Like if you've got a gym that's 20 degrees air conditioning and you're running for 20 minutes, the likelihood you're going to sweat as much as someone outside that's in the 40-degree heat is likelihood zero. You won't sweat
yeah,
as much as them. Is that an indicator that you're doing a good workout? No. It's just the temperature of your body versus you could be sick. You could be tired. You could
yeah.
have hormone problems. Like so many other things could affect the sweat you're doing. Does sweat? Yeah. Is it considered losing weight? Well, guess what? Sweating does remove water from your body, But once you rehydrate, you gain the weight back on. So is it a weight loss indicator? No.
Yeah.
Is it a fat loss indicator? No.
Yeah.
Not indicate. It's not sweat. Sweat's not fat melting and leaving the body. Okay.
Because I used to think when I didn't know what I was doing in the gym, and running on a treadmill for 45 minutes, I don't know why I used to do that, but thinking that was the best way to burn calories and lose weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sweating, but equally, if I go into a gym, like I'm not a massive sweater, but if I do have a good resistance training session, then sometimes I'm sweating.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. And like you said, Mike, like what's the temperature like? What are you in the aircon? Are you many factors, but no, it does not. It's not an indication of whether or not you've worked hard in the gym or not.
Yeah, correct. So the intensity and consistency of your workouts, along with what you shove in your mouth, are more important for your fat loss than the amount of time you sweat.
Yep.
So, end of story. All right, 2 questions to go. Are dead hangs? I love dead hangs, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Are dead hangs good for overall strength or just grip? For me, the dead hang is so good for my spinal decompression. I love doing them. I actually integrate them into a lot of probably 2 of my sessions a week. I kind of do them after I do core or something like that, because then when you're doing core, you're obviously flexing your spine. So I like to decompress. So big time. Do they improve your grip strength? I can't even speak this morning. Do they improve your grip strength?
Grip strength.
Yes, they do, because your whole body weight's hanging by your arms and your fingertips. So yep, they're definitely great for that. They do pop. I can't remember the exact muscle that's here that really helps for your shoulders, especially if you're doing overhead presses. But for me, it's more just on the spinal decompression after I've done abs, because like I said, you're lying down in different positions and your abs get
I could do one now. It just feels so good.
Yeah, it's really cool. I'm aiming to try and do like a 2-minute hang, which is really hard.
So you do them often?
Yeah. I integrate them all the time, and I do like a slight pull up as well, just to adjust the back of my shoulders, which is really good. But yeah, if you haven't done them, give them a crack. They're really, really good. And the last question kind of ties that into them: is farmer walks help with what exactly? Do you do farmers walks?
It's not
like
really.
It's not like walking through a wheat field with a little thing in your mouth going, "Hey, honey."
I know. No, not really. But obviously it's going to improve, kids are up.
Yeah.
It's going to improve, different parts, improve different parts of the body. Obviously, again, grip strength, core stability, legs. Like it's a good exercise.
Yeah, they're really good.
Great exercise.
Yeah, especially for your obliques as well, because when you're walking with the big weights on the side and they're pulling you left and right. I've been integrating heaps of kettlebells into my programs, like as a 15-minute starter, which has been really good. And one of those is just doing laps with kettlebells in my hands, doing farmers walks. I feel a massive benefit from you. But again, it comes down to what your goals are, what type of training you want to do. So yeah, pretty good questions today. No live questions, which has been a bit of a bummer. I had a few insults on TikTok, which I won't even throw. I'm letting them ones go, because everybody's a hero behind a keyboard. But yeah, apart from that, thanks for joining us, guys. I really appreciate it this morning. That's all we got. If you do have any other questions, fire away later in the DMs and we'll get to you. But thanks for joining us. We'll see you this time next week.
Yep.